studying a lot doesn't actually mean that you are learning. Now, most of the students just read the notes, cram the last minute, and get frustrated with their results. Now, in this video today, I'm going to show you how to learn effectively. Now, to learn effectively so that you can retain what you study. Now, before you go further, let's differentiate the difference between studying and learning. So when we are talking about studying and learning, here is the truth. Studying is just reading the notes, highlighting and memorizing. But when we are talking about learning is understanding, remembering, and applying. Now, don't just study, but learn. So if you just study, there is a big chance that you will forget. But learning is what truly gets you results. Now, having talked of this, why do many students find it difficult in terms of learning? So most of the students struggle with learning because of the following reasons. The first one is they just read the notes or their textbooks. So they just read the notes, their textbook. At the end, they think that they have done it all. The second one is they study in the last minute. So we have heard of students studying in the last minute, and that's true. Most of the students usually do this, and this is one of the mistakes that people make. Okay, they usually do it because they are left with no option. Now, when you study in the last minute, you're going to find that you study something, it even comes in the exam, but at the end you fail to do it because that's not learning. Learning requires you to practice something. You even have experience in that question or in that topic. So the second reason why most of the students find it difficult is not studying the last minute. Now, the third reason is they don't practice. So learning is not all about just reading whatever, but it's about practicing. So when you don't practice, it's difficult for you to get experience in a topic or in a course. So practicing. The fourth one is they underestimate or they don't do what we call reviewing and repetition. So just as I said, school also or learning also is like the reward. For you to be good in something, you need you need experience in that thing. Now, most of the students, what they do is they just read once, and at the end they move to the next topic. Maybe they didn't even understand that much, but at the end, that's not what learning requires. At the end of the day, you'll find that they bring the same topic that you did, or they bring the same question that you passed once. You did it once, you failed to do it. The reason is you didn't repeat or you didn't review. So repetition is also important. Now, having talked of the struggles or why most of the students usually fail in terms of learning, now how do you learn effectively? So here is a simple step every student can follow on how to learn effectively. So the first one is active recall. So test yourself without looking at the notes. Try answering or asking yourself questions and answering those questions. So also it can be before you start studying, trying to do a revision of what you did last time. So active recall. The second step is spaced repetition. So as I talked of repeating something earlier, and it's coming now in terms of how to learn effectively, spaced repetition. So it can be something that you studied or something that you did with the lecturer. So try to review or go back to that thing. It can either be after some time, after 1 day, or maybe after 3 days, or even maybe after 1 week. So that's the second step. The third step is practice. Practice. So just as I said, as the mistakes or the reason that makes students not to do well, and it's coming on the steps now, on the solution. So what do? Practice. When you're talking about practice, try to solve questions, try to solve examples, try to do tutorial sheets. So try to do as many questions as possible. At the end of the day, you are going to get experience, and that's what true learning means. The third one, the last one now, the fourth step is try teaching or explaining what you know to someone else. Now, just as I said, you practice, you do what and what, but how can you know that you understood that topic? You can know this by trying to explain to someone else. Now, I know that most of the people, it's not everyone who is good at teaching or what, but it doesn't have to be something big, but even your friend, yeah, or even just someone you're close to, yeah, or even maybe in study groups, yeah, trying to, because when you're in a study group, just say, okay, I'm going to solve this question, trying to explain to people, and you are going to find people who are going to challenge you what and what, and at the end you are going to see if you truly understood, and you are going to learn also. So those are the 4 steps. So my final message to you is, don't only study harder, but study smarter. And what it matters is what? Consistent, small consistent what? Steps. So this is all you have to do when it comes to learning effectively. So if you want I've prepared a learning template, yeah, on how learning effectively template. So it's just in the comment section. Just copy the link and paste wherever you can paste it, and you can see you can just use it to what? To learn effectively. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like. Also follow if you are watching it maybe from TikTok. So bye for now, and see you in the next video.